Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. User Boss here. And last month I actually brought to you a video about my opinions on the best apps and games for iOS for that month. And that received a pretty good reception. It seemed like something you guys were interested in. So here we go again, and I've made a new one for July to August. So hopefully this will be of interest to you guys, and I'm actually using the iPad Air for demonstration. So the first game on my list is Colossatron Massive World Threat. And so far I've played about an hour into this game and I'm having a really good time. So although I'm not normally into games where you're sort of, just chasing the high scores, this one is an exception, simply because it's got a really cool gameplay element, which is combining weapons to make new ones. And there's massive possibilities. It depends on the order, it depends on the number of different ones that you have of different types, and you can make some really cool stuff, and you keep combining the higher leveled weapons and eventually you get some sort of ultimate kill everything kind of weapon. So this is kind of a strange game in that you don't actually control you. So you are this massive sort of monster thing which has come to invade the planet, but you actually, it's all on autopilot. All your job is to collect the weapons and attach them to your body, which sounds really simplistic, but actually it's a pretty good time. Right, so number 2 is a really awesome app, and this is called Inspire Pro. Now, this app is normally around $6.99, but it was on the Apps Gone Free, which I showed you a while ago, so I actually got this for free. But it's probably the most powerful photo, image, painting editor that you can actually get on an iOS device. And, it really is stunning, all the stuff that you can do. You can vary the type of brush you use, which is a fairly basic function, but you can also vary the amount of paint, the color. You've got literally infinite possibilities, the opacity, the white balance. There's just so much here to do, and you can even sort of remove the paint from the brush and just paint with water to blend colors together. So you can literally create the painting of your dreams. And it's not heavy-handed, which is a good thing. I find that most sort of editing tools on iOS or Android or just about any other tablet or mobile device feel very heavy-handed, and you don't seem to have that much control over what you're doing, but here that is not the case, and I'm having a really good time. It also helps that the whole app supports the Retina display, which means that this looks glorious, and it gives really good attention to detail for those real professionals who need to get it pixel perfect. Right, so number 3 is called Scorched, and this is a weird game actually, because it's actually using a Borderlands 2 style cel shaded graphics engine, and it looks really beautiful. And it's kind of a little bit surprising because you don't sort of, coming into a game like this, you don't expect that kind of level of sort of polish, but it's here and it's actually really good. So this game is basically like Mario Kart, but you're not quite behind the wheel. You're using a sort of a bird's eye kind of view rather than a third person one, but it actually works really great. I mean, my only real issue with this is that, sometimes it's difficult to see where the people are in front of you because there's no map, and I suppose you just have to wait for them to appear on screen. But in terms of weapon variety and map layout, there's actually tons of variety, and I was really surprised with how sort of satisfying the whole experience is. It's actually, it never seems to get old just blowing up the enemies in front of you. Even if you use the same weapon consistently, they're flying around, there's explosions, it's very frantic, and honestly, I actually really recommend this one. Now, the 4th game is probably one you must have heard of this one, and this is Battleheart Legacy. So Battleheart, the original game, actually released on iOS about 2-3 years ago, and that was a real success. It got incredibly good ratings and was featured as one of the best games on iOS. So this game basically creates a whole new story. It's all about sort of commanding characters in real time, and it has a very deep RPG system. The graphics are absolutely amazing, and you'll continually be unlocking new abilities and loads of other things that make the combat much more interesting. But at this point that you're seeing, obviously it's very basic because I'm right at the beginning of the game, but really looking forward to exploring more, and there's actually plenty to see and do, as I've seen from all the other reviews. So the last game that I want to show you is called Skyforce Anniversary. Now, as you can see, this is a very typical style game. It's sort of, you're in a plane, you've got to sort of travel as far as possible, and you just hit things by moving around the map. So in that sense, yes, it's very standard, but there's a couple of things that make this game very enjoyable. Firstly is the art direction. This game is absolutely stunning. It looks literally like a next-gen game. The water effects are absolutely stellar, all the models are incredibly detailed, and there's lots of, explosions on screen, and I was just genuinely impressed by all the high-resolution textures. Not only that, but there's, a surprising amount of detail put into the soundtrack of the game. I found it to be actually very, very enjoyable. It was loud, it was sort of almost like dance music, and it just works. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.